Omande shia me mamu nyina akọ abadeba Cantona TV so. Se de Cantona TV abena be nyina nsem bi edika ne editie no Cantona TV yenso ye bo ransenum na yenso edon nsem na sukọ ne da baba to mframa mu ma wonso anya bi etie no sa pepe ne no. Na dwumadie bi akoso won krampopo ne mantem ha ya eye National Cosmetologist Conference na omode ahyehyɛ so ani nya ne se omo hwɛ aboa se ne be ya cosmetology nso ebetimi agya ne na. Dwumadie ekoso ewo Spintex eye Abrante College of Cosmetology and Fashion na sa dwumadi ekoso eye nipa dodo na fi chichine benche nyade omo ne be pie won dwumadi na se ebi fi atoye mantam ebi fi apiye mantam ebi fi frawo mantam atife do mantam so nipa no be efri ho bai sa so na sante mantam na omo kasa ye mu no omde todwa se enye obi asabe wan ko school nko a na wo se okosua fashion sanse wo hwempo a esi a nurses for doctor for teacher for na fi nipa hodo na kasa hu se esi fashion no ade sika bam tidodo na mpo agyae aben omo so epe bibi ade aboa abusua no na ambra na adwumadi ne koso the CEO edema Abrante College Mr. David Thompson say eneto edwa.
Mr. Chairman, the theme for this year's conference, Accelerating the Entrepreneurial and Leadership Potential, has been carefully chosen to forcefully drum home the important position of cosmetologists and beauty therapists. This year's conference will take 3 days intensive training and skill upgrade in the latest trends in hairstyles, nail techniques, and skin rejuvenation. It is admittedly becoming a banner and a try to talk about the need for skilled labor and important role professionals play in the equation of quality skill delivery. Unfortunately, we have not been bold enough as a nation to walk the talk on quality skill delivery. We have sadly reduced professionalism to political football with the sole aim of scoring against our proponents. We have failed to tackle head-on the issue of health and safety that mightily affect the output of some practitioners. Regulators have failed to provide the needed checks on unqualified practitioners that will make the work of professionals easy and successful. It is sad that in this country we allow salons just anywhere without the required health and safety standard for trainees and clients. This we can do by giving short training and licensing to every entrant to this job market, at least for a start. Mr. Chairman, before I take my seat, let me commend the stronger collaboration that is developing among trade associations in recent times by the frantic efforts of ASI. It is heartwarming for the professionals that our days of recriminations and acrimonies are giving way for convergence. Our members are happy because it makes us stronger. As we forge ahead, the association should remember that our fight on professionalism and better rates, among others, are raging. We will need to intensify our actions so as to achieve the best for our people, while bearing in mind the purpose of our calling, which is to groom and to train. It is sad to let you know at this point that we reunited with our founder and mother at a very short time where she left us. She couldn't stay much longer with us, but left us when the bond was becoming stronger. Whilst we were regaining our strength after her demise, we got shot again at the neck with a loss of a sister at the West. She happened to be the vice president of the Western Regional Wing. Please, help me, let's be on our feet as we observe a minute of silence for our founding mother and our sister. Thank you. Let's take our seats. Finally, Mr. Chairman, Peterbank appreciates the presence of all the important guests who have made it to this program, especially our Honorable Alhaji Saeed Momen, Miss Rebecca Donko, our cherished mother, Madam Natasha, and our dear lady, Mrs. Loko Malik, and all friends and media gathered here. Our friends from the manufacturing companies and sponsors, we are grateful for the honor you've done to us, and to all my colleagues who have traveled all the way for this training. The day spent here will be very fruitful, I promise you, and very beneficial. Once again, thanks to you all for making it to this event. Just fasten your seatbelts because these 3 days is going to be a wonderful time. Thank you, and thank you once again. Long live professionals, long live Tigaba, long live Ghana. Thank you.
National President, Association of Small Scale Industries, Alhaji Said Mumin, and also Edese and Soso.
She Kakrediaba, and Sana Midibufuako. Yamipase, Munyantias, and say, if you are so we are say, Nesse, a ma air to do. Yami boy and was said about Mamma Muyen to do a chain mema. It is a old Frau Moore, not a any year, Cassia Naba. Because Moire, Mirinti, Mimpia Bontin, or Banitra. I feel so, I'm more fair, I can. I will fair Akuma. Subai, Enema, I will favor. Maybe Pamucha, we are me or soften so, and Tina Amelie come and send Macassan. But I am an EGB brace, a domain to say, or Marca say, old man like this, I'm 73 years, I want to do anything. So, they are working for you, Sony and Son, I begin money, a casa. Minkuta Puma, Minkuta, I need, and so the letter said, and that's what I said, Mary Namana Bassa. That's what I want you to understand. So, I think before I proceed, it was on the 29th when I received a grant, about 20.7 million from African Development Bank for you here. It's just because of you. And you are going to use it for 7 years.
Wow.
So it means that you have a major role to play. Look at this employment issue going here and there. It's not because of you people have created a lot of employment for the country, but people are not seeing it. Somebody will be in my office around 1 o'clock. Somebody will be in the office around 1 o'clock just because we want to see if the public sector can take this money like this to their homes. And when we want like organization like this, you cannot even get support from the state. It's very unfortunate. We are going to fight till the end.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is my humble speech. I want to start, but let me thank all the organizers that made it possible for me to stand before you. And if you look at the auditorium, the way the arrangements was and all those things, I am so excited. So thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, it's me. This speech, the speech by the guest of honor, who is also the chairman, the ASI president. Association of Small Scale Industries is an apex organization, that is the umbrella of all the trade organizations, those into trade and all those things. And the technical groups, they are all under him. We have about 59 sector associations, which Peekabah is one of them. Let's clap for them. TVET ambassadors, executives of Peekabah, and protocol observed. My own vice president with me here, just facing direct to me. I'm taking permission to lead a small, thank you very much. It is my highest honor to be here. From a distance, I have noticed much leadership and enthusiasm as captured in your team for the conference. You have more potential than you think, but you will never know your full potential unless you keep challenging yourself and pushing beyond your own self-imposed limits. The choices you make now, the people you surround yourself with, they all have the potential to affect your life, even who you are forever. The Association of Small Scale Industries is a governmental mandated intermediary for all trade associations to give you the necessary support, and that is what I am here today. have a very serious meetings here and there, but I decided to squeeze my time to be with you.
Thank you.
Directives, that is, directives and grants to ensure members of the association man their individual businesses in the right direction, as well as yielding the necessary benefits due them. In this same breath, I will urge all cosmologists. This one is cosmologist. Cosmetologist. Please, cosmetologist. That's the advanced level, right? Gathered here today to take your businesses serious, since much awaits those who have properly registered their businesses and have tied knots with ASI for all and entrepreneurial advantages. The beauty industry has come to a long way and has made a name for itself in the industry, and all stakeholders are expected to live in line with the growing trend and technology. Some beauticians still condemn advanced learning as waste of time, hence the adage that how we do it. But I can confidently say you have good leadership qualities that have pierced through other skills-based professions, hence what is being exhibited today. We all have a responsibility to discover ourselves, know what we are worth of, make an effort to improve ourselves. Instead of finding out how smart we are in relation to other people, we should rather find out how smart we are. What values, which intensity do we naturally operate? What is our behavioral style? How do others perceive you? What patterns can we identify within our decision making? I urge all stakeholders to nurture our nature, accept our values, and understand our strengths, and apply them to our work and be expert at it. At this juncture, I would like to give you my word. ASI. We announced it 3 times. ASI.
The engine of growth.
ASI.
The wheel of the nation.
ASI.
The way forward.
That's good. You are the wheel of the nation. You are the engine of growth and all those things. All these things. But people don't know the role you are playing. At this juncture, I would like to give you, I'm repeating again, at this juncture, I would like to give you my word, ASI.
The engine of growth.
ASI.
The wheel of the nation.
ASI.
The way forward.
Very good. That is how your backbone is. ASI is your backbone. Since you have proven as a force to reckon with, well done for putting up such a program to train and develop yourself. Keep to the professional standards, set and work on all lapses as you bring up to speed the others in the industry for a better Ghana. Finally, I declare this 3 days conference of training officially open. Upgrade yourself, study well, and share ideas. Thank you very much.
Rebecca Donko, TVET ambassador, Sansu the CEO at the One Makeup Ghana, and so Eddie say in the song so. Rebecca Donko, TVET ambassador, Sansu the CEO at the One Makeup Ghana, and so Eddie say in the song
We've come a long way. Gone were the days when there was this perception that if you are in TVET or if you are in the creative arts, which we fall under, you are either not too smart. And so, if you remember back then, our mothers, what boy is equal to 3 years, what boy is equal to the palm. But over the years, we've moved from there. You have people who are now dropping their doctor, all their doctor things down. You have bankers dropping their professions just to come into our space. That tells you how powerful and how important we are. And so if you are here, please see yourself as a big deal and give yourself a big round of applause. Where the invitation came from, Mr. David Thompson here, you are so blessed to have him as your leader. Somebody with a vision who wants to see the industry grow. He wants to see everybody do well. He's very, very supportive. So I looked at where the invitation came from, who called me, and I said, no, I cannot disappoint them. So I'm honored and happy to be here. Thank you. So like the theme said, accelerating the entrepreneurial and leadership potentials in cosmetologists. Chairman said it, that you already have the potentials. In fact, the potentials that you have no idea. But I think over the years, as cosmetologists, as beauty therapists, we haven't seen ourselves as entrepreneurs. Because if we've seen ourselves as entrepreneurs, the way we do our things will be totally different. I believe you all know who an entrepreneur is. You are creating jobs. You've seen an opportunity. You've seen a gap that you're filling. And because of the fact that you've created job for yourself, you've created for others, the impact that you're making to the economy. Whilst I was sitting back there, I was chatting with Auntie Tasha and Auntie Christy here, and I asked what your numbers are. And she said to me that she's not sure. And I said, yes, that's the problem we have. We don't have data. Mr. Acting President, I'll be coming to disturb you. We need data.
We have data.
We have proper data of the industry, because we need data to even know the number of jobs that we are creating, the revenue that is coming into the country. I believe we are so important and so powerful, but we don't even have the slightest idea. And it's because there is no, I want to choose my words carefully. The data that we have is not enough. I think it's scattered. I told her, I'm writing a book. The title of my book is Beauty, Power and Wealth. Because the beauty industry, we are so powerful, and when it comes to wealth creation, I'll consider us as number one. Yes. And the book, like I'm saying, Beauty, Power and Wealth, the contribution of the beauty industry to national economy. I'm mentioning it here for the first time. I said to Auntie Joyce here that whilst we are working on the book, we're collecting data. And if I tell you, we've been to almost every region, and we've spoken with people who are by the wayside and those who have established businesses. You see, even in Ghana, we try to hold information, so you're not getting the information as you're supposed to. But if you look at the figures that they are giving you, that they are not even setting, and you multiply, I'm telling you, we are very important, and we are the way forward, like he said. And so let's see ourselves as such, and let's see ourselves as entrepreneurs. For us to be able to accelerate the potential that we already have, we need to see ourselves as entrepreneurs. And as an entrepreneur, there are a few things that you have to do. I just listed about 6 points, do's and don'ts of an entrepreneur. Time is fast spent. I'm not going to take all the time because I can talk for Ghana. So I just put down some 6 points, do's and don'ts of an entrepreneur, so that I can finish quickly, take my seat, and others can. Your president was talking about it. He mentioned it in a way. I heard him speak about education. He spoke about the fact that a lot of people have gone to the university and what have you. When chairman was also speaking, he also touched on it a bit. It's very important as an entrepreneur to build your capacity. There are a lot of trends every day. You cannot be doing the same thing you're doing all the time and expect to be a leader. Like I said, the leadership potentials and entrepreneurial potential, it's in all of us. So for you to be able to accelerate it, you need to build your capacity. I was happy when he spoke about the fact that, people have gone to the university and what have you, but even now on the TVET level, for the fact that we have to change the narrative or the perception that people have that the general education is better than TVET. The Commission for TVET has made a conscious effort to take TVET on a progressional level. So I'm sure most of you should be aware that now TVET ends at the D-Tech level, doctorate. So you start on the National TVET qualification framework, you start from MP1, MP2, Certificate 1, Certificate 2. This is supposed to be Morrison's job, I'm doing for him. Certificate 1, Certificate 2, you do HND, you do degree, and then you do your doctorate. So someday you can be a doctor of technology in cosmetology, a D-Tech, and you'll be called doctor. How proud is that? Now you can also rub shoulders with the general education people who think that who have gone for degree and their masters and their doctorates, and because of that they think that, oh, for us at Certificate 1 you are done. No. So whilst you are building your capacity, you need to look at this as well. If you have institutions, start getting accreditation. The challenge we have with that, we have not been able to develop curriculum to that stage, and we are in the process. So Mr. Asi, like I said, I'll be coming to worry you since you have funding.
Yes.
We need funding to develop curriculum to the highest level, which is the D-Tech. So most of the curriculum that we have is up to Certificate 1 and 2. We need to develop to HND, do our degree, do our masters, and then our doctorates. So this funding that you've announced here, we are coming to worry you. Take some, and then we need to develop the curriculum. And once we develop this curriculum, it's going to ensure that there are standards cut across how we practice. Because then if you go through it and you are in Accra, you go through it and you are in Kumasi, you go through it and you are in the north, Volta, wherever you find yourself, it's the same set that you have learned. So you see the standard cut across. And this is the national qualification framework. And you can compete anywhere in Ghana here, compete globally. So that is my first point, that we need to build capacity. The opportunities are there. Let's take advantage of it. The good thing is that because we are here as Peakabag members, your president sits on the Beauty and Wellness Sector Scale Body, which is under the Commission, under the Ministry of Education. So a lot of information, you will hear it. You will hear the information. There are people who are not here, they don't know of these opportunities, that it even exists. But you are fortunate you are here. So these opportunities are there as and when we hear of them. Please, let's make use of it. Let's take advantage. It's open for all of us. The second point is make the customer your priority. Your business exists because of your customer. You know the saying that your customer is always right. Thank you. I used to argue with myself that what if the customer is wrong? You know, you have some hard customers. But if the customers are not there, you are not there. And you need to treat every customer as if they are the only one you have. In a day, if you have 10 customers coming, you need to treat each and every one as if this is the only one I have. Let me protect her. Let me protect her because I want her to keep coming. Let me make sure she is satisfied. In fact, now we don't even say happy again, we say delighted. Your customer must be delighted. So that's the highest, that's the peak. They must be delighted to want to come back. They must be delighted to want to go and tell others that, hey, go to Auntie Tasha. Auntie Tasha is an amazing person. Go to, which other name did I hear? I mean, but you understand what I mean. They must be delighted. So your customer is the one priority, not you. Third, ask for professional advice when necessary. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's happening has been done before. People have taken the lead. There's been pace setters. One of the companies I run, which is we are championing the industry towards excellence. So we are the advocates for the industry. You heard me talking about curriculum. We are working on standards. I'll come to those ones. But when we were about to start, this industry has been there before me. The people I even came to was Mr. Thompson here. I was like, look, this is what I see, this is what I want to do. What advice can you give me? So you have people that you can go for advice. Then you have consultants. These are people who, that is what they do as their business. They will do research about the industry. They can help you put your business in order. So as an entrepreneur, one key thing, if you don't know, ask. We cannot know everything. We cannot know everything. I've learned a lot this morning. We cannot know everything. So you always have to ask for professional advice. if you want to be an industry leader, you want to accelerate your leadership potentials, and there's nothing wrong with asking. Maybe the way we were trained or were brought up. Last week I had a conversation with some group of friends, and then we're talking about how the foreign kids are so confident, and then we, the Ghanaians or the Africans, we are not that confident. And we realized that it goes as far back as growing up. Even when you want to ask a question, yes, exactly. So you don't even have the confidence to want to. But things are changing now. So there's nothing wrong with asking. I don't know. Oh, I want to start this business. Or, oh, I want to get accreditation for my school. What do I do? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. The person can be your colleague, but they have the knowledge, they have the experience. So as an entrepreneur, one thing that you need to, it should be easy for you to do, ask for professional advice if you need and you don't have the expertise in it. My fourth point, innovate. You have to be innovative. You have to be innovative. And once you are innovative, it sets you apart from the others. We are all here. You are all cosmetologists. I am not a cosmetologist. But even in Accra here, there are a number of you who are here. What will make you different from the other is innovation. You can pick an existing trend and then tweak it. Something different. So you need to be very innovative. How do you become innovative? Research. Look around. What is happening? What can I do to make this different? Even when we all cook, when I taste your palm nut soup, it will not taste the same as when I taste hers. Yeah. So even in that, we are naturally innovative. It's just a matter of transferring it to our businesses. So you would want to maybe add precursor to your stew. Someone else would want to say that they will add a dawa powder. I like dawa powder, by the way. Dawa powder. So just be innovative. As an entrepreneur, you always have to think innovation. The next point, you need to set goals. You need to set objectives. You need to set targets. And once you set them, you work towards them. So you tell yourself, this year in my business, I want to increase my customer base to, let's say, 20. This year, I want to expand my business. This year, I want to be certified. This year, so you need to set goals. You need to set your objectives. You need to set your targets. And you don't just set it and put it down. You have to work towards it. So if you say you want to increase your customer base or your client base to, let's say, 20, how do you do that? Fortunately, now we have social media platform, which is easy. Back then, it's TV, which is expensive, radio, which is expensive, but now social media is handy once you have a phone. So once you set the target or the objective or your goals, work towards it. You need to achieve it. If you work towards it and by the end of the year you're not even able to achieve 100% and you're able to do 80, you would have been successful. Versus writing it down and then that's it. And at the end of the year you realize that, hey, you couldn't do it, so okay, and you're back on next year. No. You need to set your goals, you need to set your targets, and then you have to constantly work on achieving it. 2 last points as an entrepreneur. You need to recruit the best people to work for you. You're running a business. You cannot do everything. You are not a tech savvy person. Why wouldn't you employ a social media manager so that the person will handle that for you? You are not a finance person. Why won't you employ a finance person so that the person will do the financing bit for you? Because a lot of times what happens to entrepreneurs, we use our business money and our personal money all together. So how do we even grow our businesses? So you need to make a conscious effort to employ the right people so that they can work for you. Unless your business, you're comfortable with where it is and you are not looking at expansion or growth, then that one you can do all. So now that you are here, nothing will be happening. You need to employ the right people. Last point on the do's, you need to build strong relationships with your suppliers and other stakeholders in the industry, because these people will be of great help to you. If Auntie Tasha supplies you with a firm and you have a good relationship with her, and you always pay to pick the products, and you are not in a capacity at any time because of the relationship that you've established with her, she's able to say that, okay, and yes, she would be a better na usikana bar and now oton now they are burning. So the stakeholders, the people, the value chain, you need to have and build a very strong relationship with them. But how do you build this relationship? You need to be honest. Your A must be your A, your B must be your B. I think most people who know me, have worked with me, will tell you, if I can't make it, I can't make it. I won't give my word and then disappoint you, no. So at any point in time, if I come to you to tell you that, oh, I need support, you know that I'm coming. So in building the relationship, these things must be taken into consideration. Honesty. Speak truth. If it's white, it's white. It's very, very important. Now, the don'ts. As an entrepreneur, like I said, from now onwards, please don't say you are a cosmetologist.
Medamu nyina mo ase, samajemre ahwe Kantona TV. Kantona TV, ya ka de wo.